On now to game 2, in which I'm up against Signar, led by Siege. And the scenario, as you guys can see, is process of elimination, so we'll have to go into those two zones. So plan for this game is really to not get shot directly by Siege. I feel if he comes forward to threaten the, ground pounder assassination, then I might be able to move up and add feet on him so that he can't actually boost to hit and damage against Sevi or give his defender any focus, so that might work. In the meantime, I'll be setting the Blessing Vengeance up the left-hand flank to wipe out all of those commandos with Ashes to Ashes. Never actually faced the commandos before. They're not a very popular choice usually with Signar. Next photo, here's his list. He's got a Hunter, a Defender, Squire, Siege himself, and he's got the maximum unit of commandos with the UA, and I think there's some weapon attachments in there. I'm not entirely sure how they work. I'll have to look them up. Next image, I've moved first, moving straight up into the zones here. I've put down Vision on the Reckoner, Defender Sword on the Avatar, and Eye of Menoth on pSeverius. In fact, I've forgotten to cast Eye of Menoth because I actually had to put all of the 2 focus on the Blessing and the Reckoner, not giving me enough focus to cast all 3 upkeeps at once. So later in the tournament, I'll have to try and remember to actually, only run 1 Jack at the beginning and have the Avatar run and one of the other Jacks just walk, so I can cast all of my upkeeps at the same time. Next image, my opponent here walks forward with his commandos who are out of range for anything. The Hunter, on the other hand, has a crack at one of my jacks, but doesn't really do that much damage. In fact, I think he was just out of range by half an inch. Can't quite remember the situation there. I believe the Defender walked forward and tried to crack off a shot, but didn't manage to do any significant damage with that either. So an uneventful first turn from the Signar forces. Next photo, Blessing of Vengeance rocks up, and pSeverius just takes them to town with the Ashes to Ashes, just really rips into them. Avatar moving in and cutting down a couple more, and the Reckoner moving up and just saying to them, look, if you want to shoot me or charge me, go for it. He's got his feet ready, but Vision is on the Reckoner, so the first shot's going to be ignored, which is really quite a big deal. The Avatar has used Gaze, so the commandos can't really go over there and actually charge the Reckoner. They'll have to stand still and shoot him, but my opponent might not even think of that. Sometimes that's the way of it, I think his best move here is to shoot the commandos at the Reckoner, take away Vision, and then, Siege should feet. Both guns should go into the Reckoner and do as much damage as humanly possible on him. Next image, what we see here is the Hunter moving around, the Reckoner moving around. Actually, no, what had happened here, just to fill me in, and as well as you guys, I actually used the Choir to do no non-magical shooting on the jacks. That's why he could only actually send one of the jacks at the Reckoner, which is why Vision was such a good option, because that means the commandos can't actually get rid of Vision because they can't target him with the shooting and they can't charge him because of Gaze. So just to clarify what happened there, I was actually in a bit of a better situation than I thought. So Siege gets ready to do some damage here, but in this turn really doesn't do much to him at all. Doesn't really manage to take out the jacks or achieve anything. So next image, pSeverius moving up right next to this obstruction here, just in 16 inches of Siege, popping his feet. And in the meantime, the Avatar and Reckoner both charging the Defender, not really rolling very high for the focus on the Avatar, so I think I managed to get the Defender to like 2 boxes left with his sword swings. Even with the Vassal going in there, I can't quite manage to remember if I actually wrecked him. But really good situation with cleaning up the rest of the commandos with the Blessing, and of course Siege unable to respond in his turn, really due to having no focus. Going to the next photo, he does respond anyway, especially by taking off a point from the Squire, which is something I forgot about, and moving in range to actually try and kill pSeverius. What ended up happening here is that Siege, excuse me, just almost bumped my microphone off, and Siege does ground pounder anyway. He ground pounders Sevi, boosts to hit with the single focus he's got from the Squire. I think he needs 8s to hit, and does indeed hit pSeverius. pSeverius, very few focus camps. Siege rolls very high for the damage, and leaves pSeverius with only 8 boxes left or whatever it was. One of the commandos moves in and throws a grenade at him, reducing him to just 1 box. So with really wonderful rolls from my opponent, almost almost killing me, but after he ran out of ammunition, that was it. All the Avatar had to do was walk across and destroy Siege once and for all, giving me the game. So it came down to a bit of a close game. I thought I played it reasonably well. To give myself more of an advantage, what I should have just done is just kept Sevi back out of ground powder threat range, camp focus, and let the Avatar do the job, because Siege's feat didn't end up doing very much at all. The defender was well wrecked, so I wasn't going to lose both my jacks in that situation, and I still would have been safe to go in for the kill against Siege later on. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you in round 3.